Poor Artists, where we're poor at remembering Father's Day, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name's Benj.
And my name is Isaac. We would like to wish all the fathers of the world and beyond happy Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for the first time, even though should be the third time.
It is the third Father's Day that we have done a video, and yet for some reason, as we looked back, we have never addressed the fact that today is Father's Day.
Yep. And we may have mentioned it in one of our videos. It's not like we rewatched any of our videos.
Yeah, but we've never dedicated a video to fathers, and I think I might know why. Because I got a Facebook memory. You ever get one of those Facebook memories?
Yep.
We used to do a thing before our YouTube days where we would draw on paper on Sunday mornings and post them on Facebook. So I periodically get reminded on Facebook of the horrifying drawings of our early art period.
Right. It's one of the worst parts of your day, potentially, when you get a Facebook notification. It's like a memory, and you're like, you know that it's a memory from.
I don't post a whole lot
drawings.
to Facebook, so I feel like half of my posts to Facebook were our old drawings.
Yeah, if I get a memory, it's our old drawing. It's like I don't have anything.
I used to take them directly from church and stick them in my glove box. And then I think a lot of them just got thrown away, which is a real shame, because now that I think back on the fame we're achieving here online, those are going to be worth something someday.
Oh, is that what you think?
I think artists' early work is usually
people might
highly valued.
Buy them so they could rid them from this world.
You find a Monet from his early art period. Is that worth more than at the end? I don't know, but I bet it's worth more because it's first editions,
right?
But first creations.
But when you find his childhood sketches that look like a kindergartner drew them,
the hard thing
you're not we got to put this in the museum.
The hard thing with that is if you found Monet's kindergarten drawing and his later work, you'd know they were different. If you found our kindergarten drawings at our work now, you wouldn't really know there's difference, except when we were younger, we put our age as younger.
Yes. Well, I'll admit I used to use color when I was a child.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot we went through before we got to this point as professional, world-renowned artists.
Yeah, and when we learned what true art.
Yeah, I mean, there was really times we didn't use ballpoint pens. There was I remember time doing art with pencil where I would erase.
Right.
I'm ashamed to admit these things, but
really.
But what I might be more ashamed of all is what I actually saw on that Facebook memory from 5 years ago. And I think this might be the reason we haven't drawn Father's Day or even acknowledged the date since, because we did something that I think this is the reason we vowed to never do it again.
Right.
We drew our own fathers.
Yeah.
I drew my dad and Ben drew his.
This was when we decided we wouldn't draw. Well, we didn't make it so strict at this point. This was when we decided we would never draw anybody we personally directly respected.
Yes.
But then Mother's Day came around.
Yeah, we did.
And we drew each other's moms to try to get around that. And that's when we were just strict. No. We don't draw anybody.
We don't draw people that we know. We can draw each other. We were playing a game the other night, last week, and I tried to draw Benj and I on a little whiteboard because that was part of the game, and it was horrifying.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. It was one of the worst things.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But so we're not going to draw our fathers today. Not. I mean, not.
Yeah, I mean, we're allowed to.
We're allowed to, but
we shouldn't.
We shouldn't. Out of respect.
At the end of this video, we'll show you these pictures.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
No, it's not. But we'll do it anyway.
We'll show them the reason we don't draw. So so stay tuned to the end of this video.
Very end. You have to watch all the way through.
And that doesn't mean exactly. It doesn't mean you get to skip. Don't be that person. Yeah, suffer through it like a true art aficionado.
Otherwise, did you really earn it?
Yeah, it's like a dessert.
Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of dessert you
got
eat.
It.
You're like, why is this dessert bitter?
You got it.
And
you got to eat your.
Is this 200% chocolate?
It's kind of like if for some reason your parents, your people who feed you, your wife, in my case, was like, I made you this veggie loaf experimental recipe from this new Instagram that I follow called Vegans Unite. And you're like, that was just awful. And she's like, but if you eat it all, I got dessert.
Yes.
But little do you know that dessert was also
like,
from...
Or it's like a coffee cake, but by that you mean like it's just the ground remains of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
After the
it's
coffee's
not
made.
It's like you ate all the veggie loaf so you could have dessert. But now dessert is even worse than you're wishing you could go back to the
Like I guarantee whatever Isaac's about to draw here and whatever I'm going to draw after that cannot be as bad as the pictures of our dad.
Well, I haven't drawn anything yet.
I'm making that guarantee. I may be proven wrong right here. Isaac might just scorn me. But
there's always that chance when we draw.
But I took a glance over at my Facebook just now. It's not.
I can't look at it.
You can't make it worse.
It's like staring into the sun, except you don't go blind.
You wish you went blind.
You wish you went blind. Yes, indeed. This is one of those tables that fathers make. They're like, no, don't buy that from the furniture store. It's way too expensive. I can make it.
I don't have any of the right tools, but I can make it.
Yeah. We'll just go out to the garage and we'll get a piece of wood
and just a handsaw.
It's just rustic. Rustic is what I was trying to make. Was a rustic table. Yeah, this is the rustic Father's Day table.
Yep.
Why is it that dads all love power tools? Like, I've been a dad now for like 2 years. It hasn't caught yet. I don't love power tools yet. Is there something wrong with me?
Yeah, but there's always something wrong with you.
It's not okay. You're not supposed to do it so quick. All right, let's draw our father. I just want to point out I am going to be drawing a man here, but he's not my dad. He is a father. He's just not my father.
Is that an arm?
It is.
Okay.
Glad you were.
Well, I was just hoping it wasn't a head.
That arm is behind the table. If this was a head,
well,
I would have gotten the ears really wrong.
That first circle.
What a dad!
I figured there was a body, but then when you drew that first circle, I was hoping that wasn't like the start of a head.
What do dads wear? They wear like polo shirts. Yeah. How do you draw? I'm trying to remember how to draw a collar. It's like a...
I think dads wear a lot of different things. Like, they could wear a polo shirt or like a...
I think polo shirts are like the traditional dad attire. I mean...
Especially nowadays. Like, I think at one point in time it was like sweater vests.
This is mouth first style.
Oh, that's a mouth?
I really had to make sure I got the mouth in the right place. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this, Dad. Oh, now it's a nose. Okay, it was gonna be an ear, but now it's clearly where the nose is supposed to be.
What, the nose is way up there?
It's right there. It's kind of like a Wallace and Gromit type.
It's so far up.
I don't know where the eye goes now.
See, I thought that was like a waif in the hair.
That's the eye.
But okay.
It's closed.
I'm kind of seeing it now, and it's not the worst. It's definitely a different art style than you've ever done.
I would like to just point out that I know, right? Like, I just invented a new.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Than
it's
like almost
horse style.
Anyway,
there's no demon eyes. There's this mouth first strategy of yours.
Yeah, it
might be something.
I might have to stick with that, even though it was completely on accident, and I highly doubt I could replicate it
on purpose.
Can you tell that's a fork?
Well, I mean, it looks like a pitchfork, but oh, what? I mean, hand mangler's still around, of course.
It had like a lobster claw, unfortunately.
It happens to everyone.
in our universes, that's highly true.
It has like a whole rib floating next to his fork.
You ever notice dads eat food differently than other people do? Like dads, your dad ever like, like my dad, seeing him eat a chicken is like borderline disturbing because there's like nothing left. Like he eats all the pieces of the chicken that others don't dare.
Mm-hmm.
He's like sucking on the cartilage, and he's got like a string
cracking it open, drinking out the marrow.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of crunching and slurping when a dad eats a chicken. So I assume he's just putting the whole rib in his mouth, and he's just gonna like pull the bone right out. Like
right.
At the end, like.
But I'm wondering how he's pulling it up. With like that fork isn't attached.
It's stuck in the meat.
It's not.
Maybe it's falling off the fork. Okay, that's how tender it is.
Catching it with his
fall off the fork tender. Now, last week I drew up.
Why? Okay.
Sorry, you have more to say about this man?
Yeah, I just noticed it. Look at the fact that his head is a mask over his body.
Oh, I can fix that.
Yeah, it's like when I realized that, it was like
it's still a mask. No, it's just he has the top button buttoned, which is a choice that some fathers choose to make. Yeah.
No,
not mine.
You fixed what I was seeing at least.
Yeah, okay.
Because it was disturbing.
Now it's just a little tight around the neck.
It's like, oh man, his whole face is actually a mask.
It's his rib eating mask. It's like a bib for your face.
Yeah,
like think about how messy ribs are. If you could just like, when you eat ribs and you have to have like towel yourself off at the end with a little moist towelette thing. Imagine if you could just like Mission Impossible style, you just like rip off the face, and the face that's been splattered with barbecue sauce and juices is now just like in the trash.
Right.
And you go on to like mow the lawn or build a rustic table. You don't have time for that washing up thing. It's not manly.
Right.
Masks are
you
manly.
have time to like make a mask and put it on and rip it off.
It's like an old ex-spy. He has lots of them laying around.
And why is he even eating with a fork if he's got this like mask?
He doesn't like it on his hands, obviously. Anyway,
he doesn't have masks for his hands.
Okay, so again, I feel there needs to be an apology for last week. I tried to draw a priest, and I'm gonna
that you did,
and I haven't learned my lesson because I'm gonna try to draw another priest now. I clearly don't know what priests look like.
Yeah, you've never seen one.
I've never seen it.
Life.
Like I'm not Catholic. Priests are not my jam. But they're in robes. V-neck robes. In this case. Just like one, he'll have like
They normally have like collars too.
A cross. I can do a collar.
And then the collar, and then like that white thing that connects between the collar.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Priest. Got his cross. On it. Should it be on a chain? No, it's just
just printed on
embroidered. Yeah, it's just. But anyway. Now let's see if I can replicate the mouth first style from earlier. Yeah. That's not half bad.
It's not.
If you really think about it, what's the most important part of the face? The mouth.
The nose.
This priest, just like it's got the friar tuck thing going on.
Right.
Like if you've got a priest and he has hair on the top of his head, it's time to gift him a razor.
You need to get an older priest.
No, like even younger ones. Like it's
okay. You get like a 20-year-old priest fresh out of
it's like
seminary school and shaved top of the head.
This is no disrespect to priests, but he has like some nose hairs. Because that's like a dad thing too, right? Like, I mean, it's just like an older man thing.
Yeah.
But like, nose hairs, I associate nose hair trimming with my father.
Okay.
Do you trim your nose hairs?
I probably should.
Yeah. like, I'll admit, around the age of 30, and bought one of those little tiny pairs of scissors because I noticed you just wake up one day as a middle-aged 30-ish-year-old man, and you're like, why is there hair coming out of, like, what is this one hair coming out of my nose for? Like, where did that come from? It's disturbing. But anyway, I associate that with my father. So this is a father.
Trimming is the easier way. I usually just pull them out.
Do you?
Yep.
That's a manly thing to admit to.
Well, it's more like a lazy thing. Is he like throwing it into his mouth?
Everyone eats their ribs differently.
But they all put the whole ribs in their mouth.
It's a spoon.
What?
He uses a spoon.
He just uses a spoon and trebuchets it into his mouth.
Yeah, it's like a flick. It's like a wrist thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got dear old Dad here.
Mm-hmm.
They have their places at the table, as you can see. That's Dad's place. This is the father's place. Father, what's his name? Father, I'll do your dad some justice. Father Jeff. Father Jeff, the priest who eats his ribs with a spoon.
Right.
Now there's only one father left. Try not to mess up this one. He's the most important. He also, no disrespect to him, but he has to be the roundest of the group because, of course, in fact, I'll just give you a little preview here. The only other real father left is Father Christmas himself. And this isn't just a priest whose name is Christmas. Although,
I mean, isn't that basically what it is? Or I guess he's a saint, right?
Just in case there's any confusion. They're like, no, Father Christmas, you're at the other priest's table. This is for the one and only Father Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there people whose last name is Christmas?
I mean, there probably is.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of weird last names.
You can like change your last name if you want to, right? So you would think someone. some priest somewhere made his last name Christmas.
What does Santa's outfit look like?
Well,
I never grew up with Santa.
Like a really big beard, so you don't have to like.
See, I never grew up with Santa. Did your parents ever tell you that Santa was real?
They never told me one way or the other.
So you're still like not sure?
Well, I mean, Santa is real, but my parents were just like he was just like a cartoon character. So it's like, why would I assume he's real? I was also homeschooled, so like I didn't go anywhere where anybody believed in Santa.
I see.
So it's just like, oh, you think that cartoon character is a real person? That's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it? When people think that cartoon characters are real, except for the Grinch, he's real.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Anyhow,
I did one time do the math to figure out if Santa could be real. And, with the speed of magic, it's pretty easy for him to go to every house. Because what people don't realize is that there's different time zones, right? So you actually have an hour to do every time zone. And in places like Germany, celebrate on a different day entirely. So you don't even have to go there. And then a lot of the world doesn't celebrate Christmas at all. And if they do, they don't believe in Santa. Plus, assuming that like 70% of kids are not good kids, you don't really even have to go to that many houses.
That's a good point.
You're Santa. Like, what is the head? What?
He got a fat head and not a fat enough beard.
Well, point.
There's the head.
That's the head. Okay, where's
nose?
The eye?
That's the eye.
Okay.
Mouth.
Okay.
Beard.
Hat. I can see it now. It's weird, but I can at least see it now.
That's good. I'm glad that we've come to this.
It was.
Santa just. I don't know if there's room for a hand still. Just
Guzzles.
yeah,
it
he
in.
doesn't use utensils.
Right,
They had a shortage one year up at the North Pole.
and he's never used them again.
Ever since. So this is Father's Day. We've got
So
all the
how
fathers.
come the priest is left-handed? Isn't being left-handed mean you don't have a soul?
It's a perspective thing. It's like you're seeing that priest in a mirror.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, it's. I could draw a mirror around you. But I think I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. From off in the distance, a siren, a call.
A call from a siren.
I mean, it's probably like from their kid, someone's kid.
Who's all three of their kid?
Let's not do that to these dads. That's not how it works. It's just like a random Father's Day caroler.
Yep.
You know the type.
Is Father's Day like the only other day that Santa
Yeah.
celebrates?
Yeah, it's like Santa gets himself out of bed. He's not looking all that great. His full beard hasn't come in for the holidays yet, but it's June. He'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all just like in unison, saying,
Why is
it's like mumbled because they're all eating.
Oh, okay.
You know how it goes when you try to talk to your dad and his mouth is full, but he's not gonna not respond. Look at that triple speech bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Little known fact about Father's Day too is it rains ribs.
Oh, every Father's Day?
It should. Because
I
ribs
mean,
are expensive.
That's true. But like, can you imagine the world? Like where are these ribs coming from?
I mean,
whose ribs are they?
it helps to not think about them like animal parts and rather to think of them as food. Because then you don't have to have these thoughts of like, is this
Yeah, but like food doesn't really rain from the sky.
You remember
either.
that book from our childhood, The Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
I remember the movie that was made.
The book was even, I don't know if it was better, but it was definitely good. There was a sequel to that too, a book, but it wasn't called. Anyway,
There's a sequel to the movie too.
yeah, there was a sequel to. Yeah, I guess you're right. But yeah, on Father's Day, some wonderful places it rains ribs.
Mhm.
Like if it was like that Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs world, this would just be like common practice, you know.
Right.
Every Father's Day, like meaty morsels would fall from the sky. Then you have those vegan dads who were like terribly disappointed,
Well, but I mean,
but nobody cares.
isn't this vegan meat if it's just falling from the sky?
No, I don't see it that way. Although it's probably best that I try.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, unless there's some butcher up in the sky
See, that's how I picture it.
who also has a ranch.
Yeah, again,
Real
you
big
cannot think too hard about the whole it raining food thing, or else it's just quite disturbing.
Because in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, like, meat was falling, but it was clearly, like, all vegan meat
I don't think that's true.
because it was just, like, combining molecules together.
I think you can combine molecules together and get meat too.
Yeah, but it would still be vegan.
No, it's like there's like the great butcher of the sky, and he like how else do you get like ice cream falling from the sky? He's milking the cows and he's throwing it down in scoops and.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, in the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball, everything was vegan.
No, it wasn't. Not on Father's Day. Father's Day is the one day a year at least real meat falls from the sky.
Yeah, but even if it, like, it could be real and vegan. if you're assuming
It's
molecules
not
are
real
mixed
vegan.
together.
It's from like it was a cow. It was mooing or oinking like the day
Okay.
before.
So there is a butcher.
Yes.
And
On
a
Father's
ranch.
Day, he helps out.
Okay.
He raises. He has. It takes
He
all year. You have to
he
raise
raises
cows.
A whole farm of pigs and cows,
Yeah.
and butchers them and rains them down.
Okay, it just got weird. All right, just accept that it's raining ribs, and I didn't just do that to fill in the empty space that I had over there or anything. All right, it's time for you to draw, and you don't have to draw anything raining that came from an animal.
But what if I want to?
I mean, if you want to draw the vegan rain, you're gonna make some dads quite disturbed because it's vegan, and no dads like vegan stuff.
I don't have a problem with it being actual meat and there being a butcher. I'm just saying you can't have it both ways. Either there's a butcher or it's vegan.
All right, your turn to draw. Before I can't do this with you right now.
Okay. Time for me to draw.
What do you normally do with your dad on Father's Day?
Go to church.
I mean, that's fair. I think that's what, yeah, that's like the normal Sunday morning Christian thing to do on Father's Day. But that's not really what I meant. Do you guys like, are you guys like, what are you doing tomorrow or today? That's because we're recording this on Saturday. Oh no, the spoilers.
You just
I ruined it all.
You ruined the immersion.
You haven't started drawing yet. We can delete this and go back, can't we?
The immersion has been destroyed.
Oh man, it's like
Everyone watching this.
when I say Happy Father's Day, and you're like, does he mean it, or was he just saying? Oh, he was just saying it.
That was that was past.
Yeah, it's probably like Father's Day in like the other side of the world.
Yeah.
It's still pretty early in the day, though. Maybe not.
There's somewhere that it's.
Hey,
Father's
I
Day.
don't limit Father's Day to one day. I expand it
It's
to
the whole weekend.
The whole weekend.
The whole weekend is Father's Day.
Growing up, Father's Day and my dad's birthday oftentimes fell on the same day.
Oh yeah.
And we always got the privilege of hearing about how unfair it was that Father's Day and birthday fell on the same day, and how we had to celebrate twice. We couldn't just lump them together.
Right. Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the years where Father's Day, my dad's birthday, and Flag Day fell on the same day.
Yeah,
we had to have three
celebrates.
separate celebrations. There
Yeah,
was
but
the
your
Flag
dad-
Day parade
Your
that
dad
my dad put on.
one that
Father's Day.
celebrates Flag Day in like all of America.
Yeah, that may be true. I mean, what do you do on Flag Day? You like
Nobody does any. Nobody even knows it's Flag Day.
I only know it's Flag
The
Day.
only reason I know it's Flag Day is because your dad makes such a big deal about it.
It's true. It's become.
And like, I don't even know if he's joking or not.
I mean, my parents. I have a bunch of younger siblings. And they posted a picture, or my mom did, of all the kids wearing American flag shirts.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a joke.
I mean, it does feel that way because I mean, like, I'm proud of America and all, but
Yeah,
Flag
like,
Day,
nobody- like I mean,
and also it's so close to 4th of July. Like, did we need another? If you're gonna have Flag Day, you should celebrate it like
well, like it makes
other
sense,
half of the year,
right? Because it's like, oh, well, you know, we made this flag.
Yeah.
We got to go win this war, so
Yeah, so
so we can be
Now-
we can start using it.
nowadays Flag Day is kind of just like preparation for 4th of July. Like, buy a bunch of flag stuff. Why? Flag
4th of
Day.
July is coming
Why
up.
are we buying stuff for Flag Day? That's really lame. We'll use it on 4th of July, of course. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You mean the day that people actually, like, get together and do stuff?
Yeah, like I change my lights to be red, white, and blue on 4th of July. On Flag Day, I don't do anything, and I also don't even know it's Flag Day until I am reminded by your dad.
That's the annual sign that it's almost Father's Day or it's his birthday or, you know.
See, this is completely pointless, what I'm doing right now.
Your roof? No, I'm quite enjoying it.
I was just, while we're talking,
Is this just buying
just
time?
doing something.
It doesn't even look good. Like, it's
No.
it's getting worse as you go.
Well, that's because I'm wanting to be done with it now.
The Father's Day roof.
It started off so much better. Well, I mean, he did his own singles, of course.
Yeah, Dad got a shingle gun for his birthday
And if he was an actual
or for
dad,
Father's Day.
at this point, it would be better. But you see, this man is just becoming a dad.
Ooh.
So we've got. I'll draw the lady first.
Glad you specified that because it doesn't look like a lady. It looks like a nose.
Hair covers a multitude of sin.
Oh yes, I can see the womanish figure now in that one strand of hair.
He has dark hair.
Yeah, it's like
To fully cover all problems.
now it just looks like a dude with a bad mullet. Like it's too oh gosh. That it's like
Now-
a peacock.
Now it's like a rock star.
Yeah,
guy.
that's all I see now. You sure this isn't the dude?
No, this is
What era is
little
this?
lady.
Like this is like 80s hair? Or she's like, you know that rock star from the 70s? I really liked his hair.
you gotta go long. Oh, it doesn't make it better.
It doesn't. There's
try
something.
to curl it at the end.
There's something so weirdly masculine about that long hair.
The curl's horrible.
It kind of looks like this woman has like a giant iguana sitting on her head. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if her hair just got up and crawled off.
But now she has a dress, very feminine.
Okay, that does help.
Her arms weirdly like with the curve of her body, but
That's how some women are built.
okay. I'm so disappointed.
This poor woman who lives in a rundown shack where the roof is falling apart
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know how to style her hair unless it looks like an iguana.
Yeah. So we got this guy. Now
Bring it back.
he'll
to
be
Father's
slightly taller. He's got a nose. He's got an eye. Second eye.
Day. Riveting stuff. I'm gonna keep talking about Father's Day so that you don't have to talk about how many eyes you're drawing. You think Bass Pro Shop? It's like their Black Friday, Father's Day. You know how many dads are probably like my dad? I know for a fact was at Bass Pro Shop like just a day ago, picking up a Father's Day present for himself.
For himself. Shouldn't you have been there?
Now I got my. You want to know what I got my dad for Father's Day?
What?
This is embarrassing for him, so I feel like I'll say it.
Is it a Flag Day thing?
No, it's worse than that. You know, okay, so I got a text the other day from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're in a text group, him and my sister and I, like
Right.
trying to plan Father's Day stuff.
Yeah.
So he tells my sister, and she texts me what he wants from us for Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, usually it's like Home Depot gift card or some new tool or, you know, a gift card to Bass Pro Shop, you know, something that my dad's like he's not, oh my. Sorry, why is the dude pregnant?
He's not. He just.
Okay, thanks for clarifying, because that's clearly a woman and that's clearly a man. Except for some of the parts could be interchanged and I'd still... Anyway,
Just had to trust me.
that's all I can do at this point. So I got a text from my sister, and she's like, this is what Dad wants for Father's Day. Do you remember growing up? And I still have some in my cabinet downstairs. Those rectangular Disney plates. The ones with
Right.
like the Little Mermaid and Nemo and
Yep,
Mickey Mouse
yep.
on them.
I remember.
Those, he wants a set of those exact plates from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And he found a set of them on eBay for like $65 because
Right.
they're like Disney store exclusive, rectangular. And he's like, this is what I want from you too for Father's Day. Weird,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
That was my reaction. Just stunned. Like, is this a joke?
Yeah. Why does he want those? Like, that sounds like something he'd want for the kids.
maybe it is. Maybe he's trying to bring back the nostalgia of the good old days when I still lived at home. And
Well, I mean, those probably weren't the good old days.
he's probably like, I have fond memories of Isaac sitting in the dining room eating off of those plates. So for Father's Day, I want more memories of Isaac. You think that's why? I'll have to ask him tomorrow when I give it to him. When I see that look on his face when he unwraps the plates that I think I stole when I moved out for some reason. I think they gave them to me because my mom's like, get rid of these things. They're tacky Disney plates from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Is this guy going through the transformation?
Mm-hmm.
The dad transformation? Just suddenly has a dad bod? That'd be a rough thing. Like you're just like chiseled, like, and then suddenly you wake up and you're like, what in the heck happened? That's why he looks so disproportionate with that beer belly you gave him.
Yeah. Because it's just like suddenly, just it's like watching the movie The Santa Claus.
Yeah, with Tim
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. Where he just like, it must. I'm guessing that was a T.
Yeah.
To be fair, my dad also got himself some manly stuff because I have a bunch of younger siblings, right? So I think his gift from them was like some manly stuff from Bass Pro Shops. So like, there's a good balance of like the Disney plates and the.
What's the difference of like a stork and like any other bird?
Okay, I have a better question. Is that a bird?
Yeah,
it's gigantic.
Well, it has to be.
What is it bringing? Like the full sized baby, like fully grown, like they got lost and he grew into an adult?
No, it's just it's a big
like
bird.
Send out Jeffrey. We need the biggest stork this world has ever seen.
You don't want the.
That's what a
babies
stork
falling.
looks like.
Yes, these storks are big birds.
They are.
And you don't want. Look
at that. There's a real picture I found online of a stork carrying a baby.
You don't want to.
Totally real.
Yeah, of course. Because that's what happens. Remember our Birds and the Bees episode?
Oh, yeah.
When we talked about that's what happens?
It's quite unfortunate that clearly she isn't pregnant, but the baby's going to be delivered and he suddenly looks like he is.
Well, everyone knows
it's the dad bod.
The dad bod happens to balance out how the wife feels when she's pregnant.
I think it has to do with like the wife and how she eats when she's pregnant, where she's like eating a bunch of junk food and weird unhealthy things, and the husband's just eating them too, because husband's not gonna like he's not gonna like make a salad while like she's making like Oreo
or
dessert cake.
Like he's not gonna make 2 meals.
Exactly.
Like one for her and
how
one
wasteful
for
would that be? Is that stripes?
Yeah, storks have some sort of blackness on their wings. I don't remember where. You showed me a picture of that.
Yeah, no, you're. Is it blind?
Well, I was about to draw eyes, but I'll draw them closed. Just for you.
This stork is gonna crash into their unfinished roof.
Yeah, and there's a door somehow here. I don't know where it starts.
It's a really thin house, like no insulation. Like you open that door and the roof starts to come down. Like that's the main support.
Yeah. Fortunately, the hinge is still there when you open it.
Sorry, that's
my phone started talking.
My phone started talking. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you get the picture.
Yeah. No.
This guy
he's
wakes
about to
up.
Become a dad.
He's just like he like becomes a dad, like goes through the transition, and that's how the wife knows it's time to get rid of her rock star hair.
It's time for mom to get that mom haircut.
Yeah,
you know, like all moms have like a really short, unfortunate haircut that they regret from when they first became a mom.
They don't want to get hair pulled on by the kids, so they just chop it off.
I think that's like a thing with a lot of new moms. They just chop off all their hair.
Yeah.
Dads just let themselves go, apparently.
Immediately. No, it's not like it was a choice. He just
It's like I like that perspective better. It's not my fault. It's just
It happened.
it had to happen.
Yep. That's it. That's the whole drawing.
The most disturbing thing about your drawing is the like stork that's asleep at the wheel.
Well, you know.
You forgot an apostrophe.
Well, I didn't forget it. I just didn't want to draw it.
Oh, come on.
I left space for it.
No, it's just you did.
I was gonna do it later.
Who does their apostrophe after everything else?
You dot all the I's, cross all the T's, do the apostrophes at the end.
I don't think that's anybody's way of doing things. It's not raining ribs. It must not be Father's Day, actually.
Yeah, this isn't this is Father's Day in the sense that it's the day he became a father, not Father's Day in the holiday sense.
I see. The two different kinds of Father's Day.
Yes.
Well,
I mean, it's the closest thing to a pun.
now that your drawing is done, you know what it's time for.
For us to say goodbye.
No. It's time for dessert, Benj.
Oh,
dessert.
yes. Dessert.
Do we start with... Let's start with my dad.
Okay.
Because my dad's drawing is bad, but your
Let's
dad's
do
drawing is horrifying.
Yes.
All right.
I will admit this time that my drawing is worse.
So this is my dad.
Mm-hmm.
This is a horrifying drawing
Now,
of my father.
I've seen your dad.
So have I.
In fact, I'm gonna be at your dad's house tonight.
What?
Eating some lasagna.
Oh, that's right. You are. I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, you're not gonna be
I
there.
can't make it to family dinner this week. The bench can, so he's still going.
I'm gonna eat myself some lasagna with this man. This isn't what he looks like.
Yeah, I'd like to just...
He's in some way pleasant to look at. This guy.
There's something that I do like about this drawing. I think... Let's start with the positives.
Okay.
That's what you're supposed to do when you're insulting someone. This hairline is not the worst. He does have what he calls the racing stripes that kind of go back. He used to say because he was so fast.
Right.
I don't think that's why. But everything else about this man's face is a different... It's like my dad's haircut on some other ugly man's face. Like he had... Like I put weird lines and wrinkles, and it looks like he has acne on his face
like
the way I drew it.
He doesn't have wrinkles in those places. He doesn't have acne.
I'm trying to remember if 5 years ago when I drew this, I think we were looking at pictures of our
Right, but like
dads.
what picture did you look at?
I think that might have been back in the day when those apps were famous, where you were like aging people.
Yeah, and you just like
in the app.
you'd like aged your dad up, and then
I drew two. There's a possibility with his eyes. I think this drawing is like my dad if he was really old and ugly and had a glass eye. Because one of those eyes, I'm not even sure which one it is, but one of those eyes is wrong.
right, yeah.
One of them is like pale and one of them's darker, and they're looking in completely different directions.
But they're also just like too far apart and too small.
Oh, don't even get me started on too small when we
They
look at
also
your dad's.
kind of look too close together.
And I think
even though they're clearly too far apart.
Yeah, I don't know. And those wrinkles I put next to the nose. Let's just talk about the worst part of this drawing now, which my dad does not have. He does not have teeth that are this bad. His teeth are much nicer looking. Now, I wouldn't say he has like movie star teeth.
Right, but he's not British either.
His teeth are at least like the same height.
Yeah.
Unlike
They're
this
not
guy who
tucked
like
behind each other.
this guy has teeth that are all like going up and down and kind of slanted. Like his two front teeth are clearly different heights.
Yeah.
And I think I drew the top teeth and was like, I'm not even going to bother with the bottom teeth.
And
he
the
doesn't
nose.
just curl his... Like, if my dad smiled with just his top teeth like this, it would be quite a thing.
Yeah, this is like him snarling.
This is like a really ugly version of my dad snarling with a glass eye.
Yeah, with a nose that like the nostrils are like on the front of the nose.
Yeah, it's like flaring his nostrils.
Yeah.
It's just like open. But this doesn't have...
And instead of ears, he just has bumps in his head.
I would say his hair's covering him, but that's clearly
Like,
not the
that's
case in this drawing.
Not where the ears are.
Yeah, it just looks like unfortunate, like, head tumors on the sides. But this doesn't even begin. I did put number 1 dad. Let's just point that out.
Yeah.
I felt bad at the end, clearly, and was like, oh, gotta salvage this somehow. Oh, you see how there's like a faint pencil collar on there too? Or pen collar? I shouldn't say pencil because it wasn't in pencil. We wouldn't do that.
Have a pencil.
We would never do that.
Yeah. Like you almost drew a collar, but then you decided not to.
Yeah, he had like really bad eye wrinkles. Anyway, let's take a look at your...
Oh, I can't look at it.
Because as bad and as inaccurate as my dad looks, this is worse.
This is so much worse. This is just the most hideous thing.
See,
I think I've ever drawn.
I see your dad every week at church. And the last time I saw your dad, he didn't have like a melon for a head, like a perfectly round head with a chin. Yeah. Like this is like a balloon version of your dad.
I tried to give him the Superman curl, right?
It didn't help.
Even assuming, like take away the Superman curl, that's not what his hair looks like. Like, nothing about this.
No, it's not.
And the ear, like, why is there a spiral in his ear?
It looks like your ugly snail galaxy from the other day.
And why is the nose, like, not connected?
Okay, his eyes are so small for his
so
giant
beady,
balloon
beady,
face.
Beady little eyes.
It's like this person is having a horrible allergic reaction is what's happening. Their face is swollen up to twice its size. The eyes are swelling shut, and his mouth. Like, look at this guy's mouth. He's having trouble breathing. Yeah. I just imagine like a rasping, struggling breath coming from this. It's like a balloon deflating and reflating.
Like this is clearly a superhero, some West Virginia superhero.
No, I think what you
that is dying. He's found his weakness.
It's
his main nemesis figured out what his weakness is, his kryptonite.
It's like an old actor who used to play the superhero, and they're like, "It's the 100th anniversary of when you played him. Bring him out."
And that he ate like what they served at that supper. He was allergic to.
Highly allergic to it. Yeah,
he's like up on stage dying.
He's like trying to breathe, and they're just like, "Get your pictures now. There's not going to be another chance." No, I think. Oh gosh, his nose looks stuck on.
There's no part you can look at.
Why is there a line? Like, there's the curved part of the nose, but there's a line behind it too. Like it was stuck on.
Yeah, like he doesn't have a nose anymore.
And you gave him like one singular fang in the middle of his mouth.
The only tooth he has.
Seriously, it's like 100-year-old balloon man.
Like, this is legitimately, if I tried my hardest to draw the most hideous version of my dad.
But this was you looking at a photo of your dad trying to draw it.
Yeah.
So if you ever think...
And like just look at the body real quick. Like, it looks... just so weird and saggy and gross.
He's just really, really old. Like, it's like someone is really, really old and had a lot of plastic surgery, but then swelled up.
Yes.
I like that. Just like I wrote number 1 dad, you tried to like salvage some respect here by like giving him a West Virginia superhero thing and a cape.
Right.
Like anything to distract from the face.
I probably gave the curl afterwards too.
I'm sure that's
like, oh, it's so
he was
bad.
probably like bald in the...
If I show this to him, he'll disown me.
See, this is why we don't draw people that we respect anymore.
Yep.
Because we tried it once, and then we tried it twice in a different way, and we just decided it's never again.
Yeah, this is probably the worst drawing I've ever done.
I'm looking at it just across the room on your phone, and on my, because mine turned off, and it's so gross. Like, it needs to be framed.
It needs to be
This is what you should
Like,
give
I
your
need
dad.
this to be a physical
for Father's
drawing
Day.
so I can burn it.
We probably have it sitting around in some glove box somewhere.
My gift to my dad should be burning this.
Like you get it printed all nice and then burn it.
Yes.
Like, throw it in the flames. Well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers again, and we hope that you stuck around and enjoyed this little look into the past of.
I mean, using the word enjoy.
We hope you stuck it out. We hope you made it to the end. We hope that you suffered the proper amount all the way until now.
So go enjoy those vegan barbecue meats.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
They're not vegan. As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.